Northwest side turns into a shootout. Now, one person is dead, 3 others hurt. Now, the club has been in the spotlight before.
Buses of migrants are streaming into states to our north, and officials are scrambling to find housing. One of the latest options now sparking protests.
Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
And we start with something new at noon. A mail carrier facing a felony charge for credit card abuse of the elderly. This comes after police say she stole a credit card out of the mail. 31-year-old Jessica Ruño was just taken away from police headquarters in handcuffs on her way to be processed. Garrett Berger was there when it all happened. So, Garrett, what did she have to say, if anything?
Jessica Rubio did not say a word as police led her away in handcuffs, but her mail carrier uniform spoke volumes. You can see her on screen now as she was walked out to a waiting patrol unit. Now, police say an elderly woman had contacted them last month and said her credit card had been stolen in the mail and used to make false charges. Financial crimes detectives went to the 2 businesses where it had been used and were able to get security stills of the person making the purchases. The victim was able to identify that person as her mail carrier. San Antonio police spokesman says it took their financial crimes detectives a lot of investigating to get the arrest made.
Like you said earlier, it's a breach of trust, right? And this fact, and the matter of this is it was good to get this person off the streets from doing this, because at this time we don't have these numbers, but who's to say she wasn't doing it before, however many number of times. So just the fact that we got off the street was great.
Police are asking anyone else in the medical center area to make a police report if they've had something similar happen where a credit card has been stolen out of the mail. Now, police said they did work with U.S. Postal investigators, or they have been. We've reached out to the United States Postal Service to get comment, but at this point we don't know if there's any chance of Rubio facing federal charges. At police headquarters, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT12 News.
Thank you, Garrett. Trouble inside a local nightclub came to a deadly end outside. San Antonio police say someone pulled out a gun in the middle of a parking lot brawl and shot 4 people, killing one of them. As Katrina Weber tells us, this is just the latest trouble at that business, which caters to a college crowd.
The last call at this Northwest Side bar and nightclub was the one that brought all these San Antonio police officers here. They had a report of a shooting at the business on UTSA Boulevard, just a few miles from the UTSA campus, before 1:30 this morning. Police say it started with a brawl inside Pravat Social Club involving 2 groups, about 20 people in all.
Security and bouncers in the club pushed everyone out that was involved in the altercation, and it spilled out into the parking lot.
What was a fist fight soon involved weapons, and when it was over, 4 people had been wounded.
One of the groups had guns on them, and they pulled out. The fight got to the point where they pulled out the guns and just started shooting.
A 20-year-old man died. Police say the 3 others were shot in their legs. It happened in front of a crowd of people, but the shooter or shooters got away. You can tell that people left this area in a hurry. Some of these cars have been here all night long, and the lights are still on both inside and outside this club. This club, which holds events welcoming people as young as 18, has been in the spotlight before, and not in a good way. SAPD records show officers have answered dozens of calls here in the last 7 months. 45 of them were for shootings, fights, assaults, and disturbances. This time, the trouble was deadly. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
And more new this noon. More details on a deadly crash on the northeast side. This was the scene caught by TransGuide cameras earlier this morning on I-35. This is in the 4700 block of the I-35 access road. That's near Loop 410. Police tell us they were called to investigate the major crash around 2:30. Officers said the victim was driving south. They hit a barrier. That person was pronounced dead at the scene. Police have not released the person's identity. And outside with live cam, 84 degrees. It looks nice, but it is very humid out there.
We do have some humidity. The sun is shining through. It's going to be a hot day today, guys. We're going to see temperatures jump up to about 90 or so. I mean, we're already in the mid-80s, right? So we're well on our way. Today's a quiet day. Most of tomorrow's a quiet day, but we do have some weather to talk about as we get into the weekend, especially Friday night. Let's take a look at some of the headlines that we'll be looking at here. Comfortable now. somewhat comfortable, but it will be hot later for sure. We'll watch for a few storms out west today along the Rio Grande, and then, as I said, storms possible, some strong as we get into tomorrow night and into early Saturday morning. That is a time frame we'll be watching closely. 83 right now. Dew point is at 65. Southeasterly winds at about 6 miles per hour. So let me show you the rain chances as you plan out your next couple of days. Tomorrow, again, not much at all, but it's Friday night where we've upped the rain chances to 40%. We could see a few strong storms there too. On Saturday, 30% chance of rain. I think the bulk of it will be out to our west, but there's still a chance for a few isolated showers. Keep your weekend plans. Just be prepared to dodge a shower, maybe a storm. We'll still see a 20% chance of a shower or storm on Sunday too. We'll take a closer look at the timing there. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Plus, the drought monitor came in today and it looks a lot better. We'll show it to you coming up, guys.
That's good news. Thank you, Justin. Now, a jury is now deliberating in a murder trial that began Tuesday. Bobby Solis is accused in a deadly shooting that happened in 2020. The girlfriend and family of the victim, John Eric Garcia, found him in the parking lot of a West Side apartment complex. Garcia and the suspect apparently had an ongoing feud. Yesterday, the jury saw the supposed murder weapon. Jury deliberations started at 11:30 this morning.
An exchange of words turns into an exchange of gunfire with deadly consequences. It happened just after midnight on Austin Street near East Jones Avenue. That's just northeast of downtown, close to I-37. Police say two men were in the middle of some type of argument and that they eventually shot each other. Officers say one man was found dead inside a house. The other was injured and taken to a hospital where he later died.
And some residents at an apartment complex on the northwest side of town had to evacuate after a man crashed into a staircase, destroying it. This happened on Callahan Road near Fredericksburg just after 10:30 last night. Police say the man was cited for driving without a license after he drove his SUV into the staircase. Residents in two apartment units were asked to evacuate. Management is helping them find a place to stay. No one was hurt in the crash.
An 8-year-old girl died in U.S. Customs and Border Protection custody in Harlingen yesterday. The agency says she experienced a medical emergency. EMS services were called. The agency says the girl was transported to a local hospital where she was pronounced dead. The child's death comes just days after an unaccompanied Honduran child housed at a Florida shelter died. That's according to a congressional notice. Immigration officials said in a recent court filing that surging migration and the termination of Title 42 overwhelming Customs and Border Protection facilities, putting migrants at risk.
Meanwhile, in New York City, plans were announced to house migrants in gyms at up to 20 public schools.
This comes as more than 4,200 migrants arrived in last week. ABC's Stephanie Ramos reports that the announcement has been met with protests.
New York City officials say the city is at a breaking point as it scrambles to house hundreds of asylum seekers arriving daily.
Safety first!
A plan to potentially convert up to 20 standalone public school gyms into short-term emergency shelters facing fierce criticism.
I want my kids to be safe.
For days, parents and students demonstrating outside this New York City school, one of 6 sites in Brooklyn apparently under consideration.
It breaks my heart that we don't have the facilities to house them, but this is not a viable option.
Nearly a week after the end of Title 42, cities across the U.S. preparing for a wave of migrants. In Chicago, asylum seekers being housed in local churches due to the lack of room at shelters and police stations. More than 4,200 arriving in New York City last week alone. And officials say they are out of space at more than 150 emergency shelters, and nearly half of all hotel rooms are already housing migrants. Officials say that using public school gyms is a last resort, but they cannot have families sleeping on the streets.
That was ABC's Stephanie Ramos reporting. USAA is eliminating 300 employees. It's the latest rounds of layoffs this year. USAA has been one of San Antonio's largest employees for years. According to reports, the organization employed 19,000 local workers in 2022. A spokesperson for USAA says the company continues to hire, but is reprioritizing due to changing business needs. The latest round of layoffs brings the total of eliminated employees to just over 900 in 2023.
Coming up on the court, the Lakers could be in a little trouble. We'll look at game 2 for LeBron and LA against the Nuggets tonight. Coming up.
Some high school students are picking up practical skills in the classroom, and they could prove useful for the rest of their lives. Welcome back. Cooking, baking, safety and sanitation practices are the focus of the culinary program at Lee High School. We paid a visit to the school as students prepare an award-winning salsa.
They learn food science, they learn cuisines from all over the world.
Starting sophomore year, Lee High School students can join the culinary arts program.
For beginners, you learn knife skills and how to properly use a knife.
Today, students made a special salsa.
Garlic, pineapple.
They made one of our award-winning salsas, a sweet and spicy salsa that we won with last year. And the students were able to win scholarships to St. Philip's when they got first place.
Culinary arts teacher Marnique Jordan Davis says students can go home and apply what they learned here.
I introduced them recipes that they've maybe never seen so they can go home and show their families. And then a lot of times they actually bring tips and recipes from home that they share with me and that I learn as well.
The program is impacting students in different ways.
I see them just kind of come alive, especially when we're making things that they really wanted to learn how to make. And so I just see just that spark come alive in them. And it's great. And it's great that I know that I'm teaching them a skill that they can use for the rest of their lives.
That looked like some good sauce.
It was. And I was going to bring you and Justin some, but...
Wow. They ate it all.
It went fast. It was gone.
There was nothing left.
No.
You know what my favorite vegetable is? Salsa. It's the best.
Yes.
It really is. Hey, you look outside, beautiful weather today. So far, we've just got some partly cloudy skies. And we look at the aquifer. It's up again today, up 1/10 of a foot to 646.7, still rising from those recent rains. And the pollen count, molds are high, 2,710. That number's still high, but it's down from where it was yesterday. Grass is low. We've got some more rain chances on the way, some storm chances. Plus, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to take a look at the drought monitor. Big improvements. We'll show it to you after the break.
I never like to take Justin's thunder away from him, but I did get a sneak peek at the drought monitor today.
I saw you.
Yeah, I was looking at that. And see, it's right behind his head, so it's kind of hard to miss.
Well, this is last week's.
Oh, that last week's?
Anticipation's building.
Listen. Oh, now I'm really excited.
You know, the drought monitor usually doesn't get much fanfare, okay? But this week we're excited about it. It's a big deal.
You need a drum roll or something?
We do. Go ahead and play. Here's a look at, this is last week's, as I said.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Now, drum roll, here's this week. There you go. Look at that improvement. Now, I will tell you, I was expecting it to be a little bit better than this, but it is still an improvement. Yeah. Okay, we still have an area of an exceptional drought stretching from Kerrville to Bernie. That's where the worst of the drought still holds, but it's shrunk. And the extreme drought's still there across the hill country, but everyone kind of moved down a category with the exception of Kerrville. San Antonio now moved down into the severe level, and then you see much of the area, especially east of San Antonio, has been taken out of the drought monitor completely. We still have some more opportunities here, so we're not done just yet, and I think that we could erase this further. We have some rain chances, especially Friday night. Now, unfortunately, this time of year, typically when we talk rain chances, also means it comes with some severe weather. And that will be a threat Friday night into Saturday morning. Saturday, about a 30% chance of rain, and then Sunday, a 20% chance of rain. So what kind of threats are we talking about here? Well, I think we could see some hail and gusty winds as this front pushes south. By Friday afternoon, we're getting some showers across central Texas. Not here yet, though. Most of your Friday, all your Friday, at least during the daytime, should be just fine. It's the evening hours, and as we get into late Friday night, early Saturday morning, this is midnight, storms start to blossom here across the hill country along this front, and then try to push south towards San Antonio. This is 3 a.m. early Saturday morning, so pre-dawn. And this is that time frame where we could see a couple strong storms. I don't think it's going to be terribly widespread because it's overnight. We're losing some of the daytime heating, but the threat is there nonetheless. And then by Saturday morning, most of the rain is starting to quiet down a little bit. We still could see some showers. And during the day on Saturday, I think the bulk of the activity is going to be west of us. So this is midday. It's going to be a little bit cooler behind the front, but a lot of the showers and storms, I think, stay west of San Antonio. So rain chances on Saturday, more on the order of 20 to 30%. Keep your weekend plans. Just know there could be a stray shower or storm during the day on Saturday and Sunday for that matter. The Storm Prediction Center does have us in a scattered risk for severe weather late Friday. This is Friday night. On a scale of 1 to 5, about a 2. And again, we kind of know what that means, right? Hail and gusty winds, usually our main threats. That's where we are again. The flooding threat and tornado threat are on the lower end. And so that's something we'll be watching very closely. As far as the weekend goes, 30% chance of storms on Saturday. Again, hit or miss type stuff. The bulk of the activity will be out west. Sunday, just a 20% chance. But it is cooler thanks to that front. We don't get to talk about fronts all that often this time of year, so good to see that. 85 right now at Stinson, 83 Kelly. We've got southerly winds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. And some puffy cumulus clouds starting to take shape. Like yesterday, these clouds are not going to grow vertically into any showers or storms. You'll just see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies throughout the rest of today. It turns into a pretty nice afternoon, albeit a little warm. We should be up around 90 for a high. 82 Kerrville, 84 Hondo, 88 in Carrizo Springs, 82 in New Braunfels, 83 right now in Gonzales, and starting to see some mid-80s down there around Stinson. Our KSAT 12-hour forecast, 86 at 2 o'clock, 88 3 p.m. 6 p.m. we're at 89. Our high is 90. That's right around dinner time, and then down into the 70s tonight, mostly clear. 79 at 10 o'clock, 77 midnight. Keep in mind clouds we'll try to build in by tomorrow morning, and we'll see clouds briefly before mostly sunny skies during the afternoon hours. 91 on your Friday, then a 40% chance, should say 40% chance there Friday night into Saturday morning, and then a 30% chance Saturdays. We talked about, we looked at that weekend forecast, and then further down the line, not a lot of chances there. We'll be back in the mid-80s, maybe a small chance for a few storms on Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Justin.
Hey, talk about the Spurs getting the top draft pick and the chance to take Victor Wembanyama. Still going strong. Wouldn't that happen like Tuesday? People are still talking about this guy coming here. We're going to hear from him coming up, and we'll also hear from Becky Hammond on her suspension coming up. The Nuggets and the Lakers getting ready for Game 2 tonight of the Western Conference Finals. Denver took Game 1 over the Lakers, 132-126. Denver took the lead for good early in the game, led by as many as 21 in the third quarter. Denver big man Nikola Jokic recorded his 6th triple-double of the playoffs with 34 points, 21 rebounds, 14 assists. Had a buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter to go along with all that.
And as you mentioned, Harrison, his aggression, him driving the ball, dunking the ball in traffic. And we always talk about an aggressive Nikola Jokic is a very effective Nikola Jokic. So, a hell of a job by him.
He's a two-time MVP. He very skilled. Obviously, as his numbers show, made some tough shots. We just try to make it tough for him.
Speaking of Anthony Davis, he had 40 points, 10 boards in the loss. Game 2 tonight in Denver, 7:30. The Eastern Conference Finals tipped off last night. The Heat won Game 1 in Boston, 123-116. Game 2 is tomorrow night. Las Vegas Aces head coach Becky Hammond will not be on the bench Saturday when the defending champs open their season. She has been suspended for 2 games, and the team is losing their 2025 first-round draft pick after an investigation found the franchise violated league rules regarding impermissible player benefits and workplace policies. Former Vegas player Derica Hamby alleges that she was bullied for being pregnant, and that's why the Aces traded her to the Los Angeles team. Hammond denies those charges.
And it never was why we made the decision to move Hamby. We made the decision to move Hamby because we could get 3 bodies in for her 1 contract, and we wanted to get 3 more people in. I think it's very evident who we signed on why we made the move. But it was never an issue, and it was never the reason she was traded. It just wasn't. It came down to math and business. That's all it was. Nothing personal. Hamby, I mean, like I said, I had a great relationship with Hamby the whole time.
The Aces will start their WNBA title defense once again Saturday, 2 o'clock in Seattle, live right here on KSAT 12. Hey, Victor Wembanyama cleaned up at the LNB Pro Basketball Awards, a league in France. He won the league MVP, the scoring champ. He's the defensive player of the year. He blocked shots and was the champ in that. He's the best young player, champ in that. This guy's just everything. And a top 5 player team That is why, of course, all the NBA teams here in the U.S. wanted him, but hey, the Spurs got him.
We've got a lot of phone calls in already. There's a lot of buzz in the city about Victor. It's going to be huge, and it's already getting hot, yeah.
We like to call him Victory. Fans are calling Boomtown Sports Cards and Collectibles looking for Wembanyama trading cards, and they're not out yet, but the Spurs own the first pick in the upcoming NBA draft, so Wemby cards are going to be a hot item here in San Antonio, and for those who collect.
The last few years in basketball, we've kind of lacked that huge rookie to chase. I think the one prior to him was Zion Williamson. I think we're going to see that same kind of effect with basketball and the products. The way we saw the Zion effect, it's going to be the Victor effect. It's just going to explode.
Wemby's first product release is this Friday. And how about this? The NAIA #2 ranked Our Lady of the Lake University softball team beat Hope International University 2-0 in both games. They claim the NAIA opening round San Antonio bracket title. The Saints advanced to the NAIA World Series for the first time in program history.
What an exciting time for San Antonio.
Great for them. Can you imagine being the first recipient of a signed Wemby card? Ooh, be worth something down the road.
You're going to make the line?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Retirement right there.
I like his energy too, though. He's awesome. Now, apparel made by some athletic wear brands have been found to contain high levels of a toxic chemical. The brand's now in the hot seat.
And once again, a quick peek at what's happening at Market Square on SA Live. Looks like another delicious day. Is that? That's like some soup and sausage. What is that? I don't know. We'll find out coming up the next half hour. Stay with us. A first-of-its-kind bill that makes it illegal for TikTok to operate in one state. Montana Governor Greg Geinfort signed it into law yesterday. The law will have more far-reaching effects than bans already in place in nearly half the states. It includes the federal government's rule that prohibit use of the app on government devices. Now, the new rules are expected to face legal challenges, and experts say it'll be extremely difficult to enforce and maybe even impossible.
Some clothing brands may have to make changes. The Center for Environmental Health says tests showed their apparel could expose wearers to up to 40 times the safe limit of BPA. That's a chemical that's used to make certain types of plastic. It's been linked to health conditions like asthma, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and obesity. The newly tested brands and their products include leggings from Champion, Kohl's, Nike, and Patagonia, sports bras from Sweaty Betty, and athletic shirts from Fabletics, and shorts from Adidas, Champion, and Nike.
Walgreens' parent company has reached a multi-million-dollar settlement over its role in San Francisco's opioid epidemic. The company has agreed to pay $230 million to settle a civil lawsuit that alleged the drugstore chain was liable in that crisis. A judge accused Walgreens of failing to scrutinize opioid prescriptions for 15 years. He also said the company didn't flag possible misuse of the highly addictive drugs. Last August, a different judge ruled pharmacies in the city received more than 1.2 million opioid prescriptions with red flags for over a decade, yet performed due diligence on less than 5% of them before dispensing the drugs.
The Biden administration is taking steps to address the mental health crisis in the U.S. The administration will make $200 million available to strengthen the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline and provide new resources for mental health services in schools. The Department of Education will propose a new rule that would streamline Medicaid billing permissions for schools. Domestic Policy Advisor Ambassador Susan Rice says the announcement delivers on Biden's commitment to create a mental health system that works for everyone. And in case you missed it yesterday, we teamed up with our KSAT community partners for a town hall about access to mental health care. A panel of experts joined our Lee Waldman to tackle some big issues. It's an important topic, especially since getting access to mental health care can be challenging for anyone, especially the most vulnerable groups. You can watch the full conversation right now on KSAT12. Just look for this story on the homepage.
Outside with Live K, we're getting in one of those really nice patterns where we get some rain, get a couple of days to dry out, and then possibility of some more rain and some more drying out, except we're getting close to 90. That's the only bad thing about this whole deal.
Well, yeah, we're getting closer to June, so it's only fair, right? We are going to see some warmer temperatures. Really, today and tomorrow, we're going to be up near 90, and then it does cool down for the weekend. We get a front, an actual front to move through, and that brings some cooler weather with it. I want to show you a great picture. This is, I believe, the morning walk, and you run into some of those guys just out there chilling, enjoying themselves in this nice weather. David, you know all about that. You live up in the hill country. You'd see that every day, right?
Uh-huh.
Deer just kind of wandering around.
The babies are out now, too.
Oh, they sure are.
Oh, yeah.
It says live yard ornaments while on the morning walk. I like that. For sure. Thank you so much for that picture. We appreciate it as always. Let me take you around the country right now. We've got some warm temperatures here in Texas, but that warmth is starting to spread up towards Memphis, St. Louis, of course, Florida. It feels like every time we show this map, we got to talk about Florida, but they are one of the hot spots right now. 88 there in Miami, 89 Orlando. You got the cool stuff up there to the north, 54 Bismarck, 57 Cut Bank, but nothing that's terribly cold across the country. And really a lot of the warmth right here in Texas. It's 88 in Laredo, 87 Brownsville, and we've got 85 right now in Houston. We got to mention the air quality one more time. If that's something you're sensitive to, ozone can cause some asthma issues. We are in the unhealthy category for those who are sensitive to that today. It may be the only day we see that, but it is there today. It's an air quality day. 3 p.m., 88 degrees, 89 at 4 o'clock. There's that high of 90, mostly sunny, no rain chance today. As we get into this evening, temperatures fall into the 80s and eventually 70s. We'll start off with some clouds tomorrow and then more sun before we get the changes. That front brings some storms with it, mainly Friday night. We'll talk about the threats, what you can expect with these storms coming up in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Unfortunately, it is a familiar sound ringing through the air in Ukraine early this morning. It was caused by cruise missiles. Ukrainian officials say Russia fired them today. The country says it was able to shoot down 29 of those missiles, but still resulted in falling debris. And Ukraine says it was also able to shoot down 4 drones. One missile did break through and hit an industrial building in Odessa. One person died in that attack. The escalation comes ahead of an anticipated Ukrainian counteroffensive using newly supplied weapons. Now to the catastrophic flooding in Italy. The death toll is up to at least 9 as heavy rains pound the northeastern region of that country. Overflowing rivers sending flood waters into towns. ABC's Ian Panel is in Italy and shows us the devastation left behind.
Catastrophic flooding across parts of northern Italy. Some areas deluged by half the annual rainfall they normally get in just 36 hours. In Emilia-Romagna, the Coast Guard called in to rescue a pregnant woman trapped in a home. In Cesena, elderly residents had to be rescued by dinghies. And in Faenza, the only way for one couple to escape from their flooded house was through the roof and airlifted to safety. More than 10,000 people have been forced to flee their homes, the death toll at least 9, with every single river in the entire Emilia-Romagna region bursting their banks. The Interior Minister witnessing the devastation from the skies. Over 24 towns are underwater. And the floodwater near Bologna strong enough to sweep away this bridge. 2 days of rain and flooding, a huge blow to the economy. This weekend's Formula One Grand Prix at Imola cancelled.
Parts of this region have been devastated not just by the water, but by this thick, gloopy mud which came along with the rain and has coated everything. You can see people's possessions that have come out of their apartments. Almost nothing has survived the impact of the flood. Everything now has to be trashed. Scientists here need to examine exactly what went wrong, but they do say that there was a persistent drought. The ground was very hard, so when the rain and the mud came, there was nowhere else for it to go to but just stop right here. Ian Panel, ABC News in northern Italy.
A 13-year-old boy being hailed as a hero after he helped save his sister from getting kidnapped. And all he had was a slingshot to use against the suspect.
And it is some of the most recognizable memorabilia in American film history, the ruby red slippers from The Wizard of Oz. And for several years, they were missing from a museum. How police were able to find them and figure out how they disappeared.